Charlie Gardner here from charlieville.com, CharlieVille.com. I'm presuming that either you're just bought an Autoharp or you're thinking of getting one. And what I'd like to say is we have a lot of fiddle players around here. We have fiddle players, we've got banjos, we've got mandolins, guitars, but we're really short of Autoharp players. And as I'm going to say through this whole thing, is the world needs a lot more Autoharp players. And the nice thing I like about Autoharp players is they're not that complicated to learn. I'd say they're pretty easy. So I'm just going to get on with it. I got two problems. As you see, the Autoharp, the keys are going to be too hard to press when you first get it because the action is set too high by the factory. And I still think it's done on purpose because I think they really think that it's up to you to set your own action. You know, like they can't really figure out how you're going to like it. So I think they set it high and they allow, which is nice because it allows you to bring the action up to your own way of playing. Now the other thing, and I'm going to go through that in. I've got two videos, and one I actually take the sucker apart and well, I moved a couple of these keys around. Just when you take it apart, just remember just to keep it nice and flat. And there's only 4 screws. Take the 4 screws out, pull off the top, nice and careful, because there's springs in here. You don't want to drop anything, but the top comes out nice and easy. Then take your Autoharp and just move this away from the Autoharp. Just turn this upside down. I don't know. I found it pretty bloody simple, and like I'd never done it before, and there was really nothing to show me how to do it. I just took a guess at it, but it was quite easy. Okay, so that's the action, and the second one is the placement of the keys. Now I'm going to go through this in detail, but the way I see it is I took the top row of keys, which would have been, I'll just use this A as the start, which has the C, which would have been in the top, and I moved the top row down here. I moved that row down here, and I moved these keys up here, and I changed them around a bit. So I'm going to go through that, but I'm going to show you why I did that. Because the way I got it set up now, C and G, which are the main keys you're going to play in, are both in a nice position, nice and easy to get at, right in the middle. Middle C is in the middle. Now, and you set up these little triangles. There's your C, F, G7. Just a nice, easy little triangle. Now, if you want to go to G, it's G, C, D7, G. Nice little triangle for that one. And the main thing I didn't like is I could never find A minor when I had that. The C was over here somewhere, and A minor was over here, which I didn't like. This way here, when I hit the C, and I go to the A minor, it's just a nice, easy move with my thumb. And we'll do the same in G. G to E minor, F to D minor. So everything is pretty well exactly the same. That's the whole raison d'etre why I made this change. I mean, there's lots of different ways to do it. There's lots of other people have got different ideas. This is just the way I see it. That A minor being in left field was basically the whole reason I changed everything. No other reason other than that, and maybe make it a little bit more comfortable. And okay, so I've got the detail. That's the next part of the video, will be the detail explaining, so you can see more, make it nice and easy to see. Okay, well, let's just keep with me. I promise this is it'll get a bit boring, even more fun. I'm going to explain why I did this. There's nothing worse than doing something because somebody told you to do it. I can't live like that. Somebody's got to tell me why. And I'm just going to start off with the 7 notes of the scale, forgetting flats and sharps. I don't care about them right now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then it goes back to A. We're going to start in C with an easy. Got to start somewhere. C's simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to B. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And then we start over again. So we've got 7 notes. Now the big thing, here's the heavy duty math. For the heavy duty math, you have to count to 5. So there's a very strong bond in music of the 1 to the 5. Okay, so let's start with a 3-chord song. Let's start with a 2-chord song. So it'll be C to a G. Let's say Tom Dooley. Hang down your head, Tom Dooley, blah, 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 G, and back to C again. So let's look at that. C to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5. Okay, C to G is 5. Let's make it a 3-chord song, but let's hang the F over here. F, G, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5's up again. Now let's add another chord. Let's make it a 4-chord song. So let's go from G, A, B, C, D. That'll be a D, 5. Now let's start in D, E, F, G, A. Let's make it a 5-chord song. And A, B, C, D, E. So a 6-chord song. Just add those chords. Everything just seems to work, and we can make those minors. I'm not going to go through why, but they don't have to be. Sometimes they are. Okay, I'm assuming you've taken the top row, that's the A row here, and moved it into the middle. And you've taken the middle row, the B7 row, and moved it to the bottom. Okay, now we're just worried about the bottom row. Remember, there's a full set of minor chords running from C minor over to E minor. And if you want some minor chords to play in F, and you'll have 1 minor chord for B flat, if you'd like the minor chords for that, what I would do is take that full set from C minor to E minor and move it up to the top left-hand corner. And then just take your A flat and B7, B flat 7, and move it there. Now, I'm not worried about playing in F and B flat. At least in F and B flat, I can still play 3-chord songs. I just don't have the minors. So I find it more comfortable to, instead of going through that route, just take the D minor to E minor, move it to the top left-hand corner, take the C minor and G minor and move it to the top right corner, and just leave the A flat and B flat 7 in the middle. So it's running C minor, G minor, D minor, A minor, E minor like that now. Now that means I've got a very comfortable route from G, and I've got the full set of minors for C. F and B flat, I can still play 3 chords in those 2 keys. Okay, let's demonstrate. Remember, we're starting in the middle row now. Let's just do the A. A, D, E7, A. Go to D, D, G, A7, D. Remember, they don't have the minors, but look at G. G, we've got the full complement of minors. G, E minor, A minor, D7, G, C, D7, G. Same with C, full complement of minors. C, A minor, D minor, G7, C, F, G7, C. With F, I've got the D minor. Unfortunately, the G minor is way over there. F. And B flat, at least still got the triangle for B flat. That's it. Okay, well, we're done with the moving the keys around. like I say, everybody's got their own way of doing it. That's just the way I saw it. I think it's pretty logical, but who's to say? Anyway, so auto harps are lots of fun. Auto harps are easy to play. If you want to get one, they're not that expensive. I'm telling you, it's not going to take long. Just watch Maybell or Sarah, and they just use 2 picks like that and figure it out. Hand like that. Watch them. Don't think about the way I do it. So I just want to let you know that we're getting into Dr. Scholl's next, which is the foot pads, which I knew absolutely nothing about. When I read it on the net to use these Dr. Scholl's, I never had trouble with my feet, so I didn't know what they were talking about. I just went down to the drugstore and got them. One's about $4, the other's about $4. The only difference between the 2 of them, as I could see, is one's a little thicker than the other. And we're going to just take them out, and we're going to put little strips in here, and it's pretty obvious when you look at it. You're going to put a strips along here, and then you check your action to see if it did it right. If not, you just make some adjustments and do it again. So it's Charlie Gardner, charlieville.com, saying "G'day from the valley."